Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, apologies that I am bringing this video to you so late, but let's talk about NXT this week. Now, this is weird because we've just had 2 weeks of NXT Gold Rush. We've got this one episode of NXT, and then not even next week, on Saturday, a week after we've just had 2 weeks of Gold Rush, we have Deadline, which is crazy. So I'll make Deadline predictions later on in the week. Some pretty decent matches there, but I feel like they're all pretty predictable. But it is what it is. Let's talk about NXT regardless. We opened up the show with Ava in the ring, standing with the 5 female competitors for the Iron Survivor Challenge. Kalani Jordan, Jordan Grace, Lola Vice, Sol Ruka, and Kendall Gray. They all cut their promos on why they deserve to be there, or slating other people. For example, Kalani Jordan just got booed the whole time, and Jordan Grace went at Kalani Jordan, Kendall Gray called out Jordan Grace, all this sort of stuff. And then Toxic Attraction, Fatal Influence made their way out. JC Jane with her NXT Women's Championship, Fallon Henley with her Women's Speed Championship, Lainey Reed without a title, but soon come. And JC Jane laid in on all the superstars, just preparing for whoever wins, just going in on them. And then eventually Jordan Grace and Kalani Jordan started scrapping. And then Kendall Grace, Sol Ruka, and Lola Vice went after Fatal Influence and had a big scrap, which resulted in a 6-woman tag later on in the night. And when they were preparing for it in the back, obviously Ava broke the news to them. Fatal Influence was trying to leave and she didn't let them. But when they were preparing in the back, obviously Kendall Gray has Ren Sinclair. Sol Ruka is meant to have Zarya, but since Sol Ruka dropped the title and didn't let Zarya defend the Speed title, and then Zarya couldn't win the Speed title, Sol Ruka didn't want Zarya out there for her match for the North American title. Things are a bit tense. And Sol Ruka apologized, but Zarya wasn't having it. And she said, "No, you know what? You weren't out there for me, and you didn't want me out there at NXT. Don't expect me to be out there tonight." And she wasn't, not until the match was over, at least, when Sol Ruka got the win by not pinning the member of Fatal Influence that doesn't have a title, or pinning Fallon Henley. She pinned the NXT Women's Champion. If that is not foreshadowing for what might happen at Deadline, I don't know what is. But, yeah, Sol Ruka got the win by pinning the NXT Women's Champion. And then at the end of it, along came Zarya and attacked Kendall Gray. And that resulted in Sol Ruka and Zarya, well, not really scrapping, but arguing. They pushed each other, and I'm like, what are you playing at? So we might not have a heel turn. We might just have a simple fallout. But Zarya is pissed off. And Sol Ruka don't care, because Sol Ruka's still going after everything. And you know what? I think they should split, because Sol Ruka's got a future. And not that Zarya doesn't, but Zarya needs to build her solo career now. She needs to do that. Yeah. We had, before the show ended, a little contract signing and a handshake between Obafemi and Ricky Sainz. So be ready for that match. It's not really needed much hype for this. Really what it was is just the championship rematch we've been waiting for. And we had a 8-man tag. The 4 men in the Iron Survivor Challenge. Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Miles Bourne, Joe Hendry, all went up against Dark State, with obviously Dion Lennox being in that. Dion Lennox being the tag team champion. I said it doesn't make sense that Dion Lennox has the tag team title and gets to be the one in the Iron Survivor Challenge. It should be Saquon Sugars. Yes, Dion Lennox has been here longer. Yes, Dion Lennox has lots of potential. But me personally, my favourite member is Saquon Sugars. I feel like he has the most potential. But then this is when something interesting happened. Dion Lennox gave up his tag team championship. Not Dark State dropping the titles, he just gave it to Cutler James and Saquon Sugars. He said, one of you should have it. Cutler James insisted Saquon Sugars have it, and I couldn't agree more. So you know what? I'll settle for this. If they want to put Dion Lennox as the solo superstar, go ahead. Saquon Sugars just needs to be in more matches. I'm happy with that. So, your NXT Tag Team Champions, still Dark State, however, and still Osiris Griffin, but however, no longer Dion Lennox, but Saquon Sugars. And I'm all for it, personally. All for it. Let's do that. And then they had their 8-man challenge. And do I even remember who won? Yes, I do. Miles Bourne won by pinning Osiris Griffin, but Leon Slater seemed to have a bit of an issue with it, so I don't know. But they've got to build some tensions for Deadline anyway for that Iron Survivor match. I'm just excited because that's going to be a good match. It's pretty obvious who that winner's going to be, but I'm going to save it for my predictions video. But damn, Shame to see all the momentum that Doxy are getting, beating the Hardy Boys, talking their shit, having the tag titles, Dion Lennox being in a big match. And then they just lose like that. It's a shame. I mean, I know it's 4 big stars, but damn, that hurts. Tavion Heights and Josh Briggs had their eventual fucking feud clash finally. And Josh Briggs won in quite an anticlimactic way, actually. He just hit him with a solid clothesline. It was a solid clothesline, but it was it's a shame. Josh Briggs won. But it's fine. Josh Briggs is building up his stardom. He's been here for so long, but I feel like these last few months, he's just gotten better and better. And he deserves the success. And honestly, splitting off from Yoshiki and Amora was probably one of the best things, because he's doing great. We don't see any Yoshiki anymore, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? It is what it is. We had a little feud thing, not even a feud, a little argument backstage, because obviously we know Joe Hendry and Thea Hale went after the Mixed Tag Team Championships. They couldn't get them. And we know Stax has been dating Ariana Grace. Don't know if they've been doing that in real life or if it's just for the cameras, but they were saying they should have went after the Mixed Tag Team Championships. And that led to a match between Ariana Grace and Thea Hale, to which Thea Hale got the win quite convincingly and actually tapped out Ariana Grace, so fair enough. There was a point Ethan Page got told by Ava that he must defend that North American title, because the last time he defended that was Halloween Havoc, which obviously that's Halloween. That's in October. It's been over a month, and champions have up to 30 days to not defend the title, so it's been longer than 30 days, my guy. And his challenger was confirmed, Mr. Iguana. He kicked him out the car, stole his car. Mr. Iguana, Ethan Page, at Deadline. I'm here for it. He's been doing this thing over in AAA. I feel like him and Mr. Iguana probably have that little thing going right now. Let's do it. Why not? And apart from that, I don't really think there's much else to cover. It was just a pretty decent episode of NXT. They built up all the storylines great, and no complaints from me. That's my thoughts on NXT. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.